I'm sorry, Mr. Desmond. Here, if you'd like to see what I mean.
No. Under the circumstances, I would rather not.
Well, there's not much more I can do today anyway.
Then get it out of the way.
Don't be upset, Jean-Paul.
What do you expect me to be?
Try to be yourself, as you were a few moments ago.
As I was. The way I am is the way I always will be. A man who lost a woman that meant the whole world to him. If she can't come back to me, I don't want any part of life.
You fool.
I know, I guess I put my foot in my mouth, but...
I cannot stand idly by and watch the slow disintegration of Jean-Paul.
And yet you accuse him of compounding a felony.
The law is the law, and even he's not privileged to break it.
The Cryonics Society would never put Erica in suspension if they hadn't seen a death certificate.
I'll believe it isn't a forgery when I see it.
Let me see it.
Lay off, Mother. Tim doesn't want anyone to see the portrait.
You're ashamed of your work.
As a matter of fact, yes. Maybe I'm over my head.
Why do you have to make a federal case out of everything?
Mr. Desmond was deeply disappointed. I felt badly for him.
What about Tim? He's got feelings, too.
I'm not going to conduct myself for the benefit of you or Tim.
If you ever did, it'd be the first time. All you ever care about is you.
Well, I'm entitled to a degree of happiness.
By depriving others of theirs? Oh, not only me and Tim, but Jean-Paul, too. Why don't you leave him alone before you ruin his life, too?
Why don't you mind your own business?
Look, he lost the one thing he loved in the whole world. If you weren't so anxious to replace her, you'd give him time to properly mourn her.
But sooner or later, he will need a woman. Especially since his hope in the cryonics process is not one that is likely to be fulfilled.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I don't find the man unattractive.
I mean, you'd like it now.
And what about you, little Miss White Riding Hood?
Why don't you ever finish what you start to say?
When I do, it may be the finish of you, dear daughter. Now, may I please pass?
Come on, Holly. Let's go for a walk.
Leave me alone. One of these days, I'm going to hold all the cards.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you do already. But if you and your mother had only let up on each other, well, maybe you'll be able to smile once in a while.
Some pal you are.
Well, I'm not beating any drums for her.
For yourself, then?
I don't want to be a pal, if that's what you mean.
You making a play?
You just beginning to notice?
First of all, Matt Dawson, and now you. Well, what are my irresistible charms that seem to sweep men off their feet?
You keep going that way, and you'll be asking the same question when you're a shriveled-up old spinster. Excuse me. Maybe I better move this before you start throwing it.
Frustrating. This door, it's locked. How can I get the poison to do away with myself?
Don't kid about things like that.
You're down on me because I'm down on Jean-Paul. Well, I was kidding. Is he? About that bottle of cyanide that disappeared?
And that's what really worries me. I'm constantly afraid. One day, in one of his dark moods, he might just... Well, Mrs. Marshall, this is a surprise.
Really, Jean-Paul has everything, hasn't he? To a completely equipped clinic. That's what this is, isn't it?
Well, a laboratory would be more accurate.
Of course. Sterile things all about. That's your area, isn't it, Doctor?
But not mine. So if you don't mind, I'll leave you ladies to your own devices.
Thank you, Dan.
So strange to find a fully equipped laboratory in a private home. I wonder why.
Well, my sister was pregnant, and this island is isolated. I think Jean-Paul wanted to afford her every protection.
He's very rich. And very strange, isn't he?
Well, that depends on your point of view. No, what I mean is his moods are hard to follow. Is it a matter of understanding them, Mrs. Marshall?
Do you?
I try.
I think I understand him as well as anyone, but
But what is it you want to know? And if it concerns Jean-Paul Desmond, don't ask me. Ask him.
Talk to you?
No, Dan, not now. Erica, my darling, your sister Allison and Elizabeth Marshall are discussing my many moods. They don't know what it is that possesses me to keep changing. But you know, my sweet, as does that demon, Jacques Eloi de Monde. What will I do if I cannot get you back to this world? What do I do with what is left of mine? Who do I turn to?
What are you doing?
I wanted to talk to Mr. Desmond.
Really, you can't just throw yourself at the man.
But you can.
I'm not a child. I'm a woman.
When will you stop calling me a child?
When you stop acting like one.
Well, you began acting like one when I became too old to be your daughter. Then you started treating me like a rival. Well, I don't buy that scene.
Just leave Jean-Paul alone. He is going to belong to me.
Oh, no, Erica. I will be yours again, or no one's.
Wrong again, Jean-Paul. You are mine to control.